What's going on, guys? So we're in the same place where we last left off. A couple of different things. The garage is a little bit cleaner. And there's some new things in here. One being my new project. Well, not project, but my newest addition to the family, I guess you can say. A Suzuki motorcycle. So I got my license earlier this year, and I decided to get myself a bike. Maybe not the best choice not one of the best choices I've made, but I mean, my wife is not too happy, but we got to be responsible. When we're on this, we got to be responsible. Now, getting back to this. Now, you'll notice it's the same motor that we built together, and it's back on the stand, or still on the stand. No, it's actually back on the stand, guys. I ended up putting it in. Within 700 kilometers, I took it out. I noticed a loss of power. Now, the loss of power was because cylinder 6 lost compression. Now, why did cylinder 6 lose compression? Well, I ended up taking everything apart. Two things. Number one, I had a lot of carbon on the valves for 6 and they weren't closing properly. Now, the second thing, timing cover 1, timing cover 2, so upper and lower. Now, when I had the the head resurfaced, I forgot to take into consideration those are something you got to do too. Now, it was most likely leaking because this is cylinder 6 right here. It was most likely leaking through the head gasket here. Now, these are speculations. I had no way of actually noticing it. There was no marks on the head gasket. So, is it truly that? Maybe, maybe not. But I did notice, like I said, carbon on the valves. So, when you get a lot of carbon on the valves, they don't close properly. And when they don't close properly, you get loss of compression. So, what I did was, I split everything apart, like I did, and I cleaned every single valve one by one per cylinder. And by doing that, I got rid of all the carbon buildup, and I put everything back together. Now, the only difference when putting it back together is one thing. I added the head gasket spacer. This one is from SP Turbo. I did the copper spray on the top layer, bottom layer of both upper and lower head gasket, because you take the gasket, you split it in half, and as well as the head gasket spacer itself. I did both sides. So that's the way to do it. And this thing is literally ready to go back in the car. Now, you ask, why did I have so much carbon buildup? Now, obviously, when you do all this, you get all excited, right? You throw it in the car. At the time, I didn't put my Mega Squirt in the car yet. It wasn't tuned. And I was running it on the stock ECU. Now, the stock ECU is programmed for stock injectors and a 3-bar fuel pressure regulator. And I upped my injectors to a 440-pound injector. 42-pound injector. It's a 440cc. So that, and from a 3-bar pressure regulator, I went to a 4-bar. So it was just spraying it nonstop. I would start the car, I would rev it, and it would shoot black smoke and black tar out the exhaust. So that's a big no-no. So you live and you learn, right? You break it, you rebuild it. It's pricey, but hey, it's the name of the game, I guess you say. So, getting back to this, it's ready to go back in the car. Now I just got to find the time to do it. Now, obviously, getting this guy, I got to choose between this and this. Sometimes this is a little bit more exciting, but the car is running right now with the Mega Squirt, and it's tuned for 8 to 10 psi. Boom. So, I'm going to get some motivation and some time to do it. We're going to be throwing that engine back in the car. But, till then, let's go for a drive. Let's do some pulls on 9.5 psi, and let's rip her. Stay tuned. Pardon? C'est quoi turbo? Turbo, yes.
Then it says.
It's a 6-cylinder turbo. It goes.
Oui. Plus rapide ça que celle-là.
Peut-être.
Non, oui.
J'ai battu.
C'est le turbo.
Ah.
Le tabarnak, c'est du quoi?
Ouais.
Elle est belle, hein?
Oui, merci. Bonne journée. After a while of messing with the standalone computer, I think I finally got the idle to be where it wants to be. It's idling very nice. Air fuel ratios are very nice. For those that don't know, it's a Mega Squirt 3 Evo standalone ECU. Honestly, up to now, it drives just like stock. My cold start needs a little bit of a perfection, but it's a work in progress. Let's see if we can go down a couple of streets and give you guys a couple of pulls. Alright, let's see after this stop if we can get a nice pull out of it. Reminder, it's about 9.5 psi. Here we go. Woo! She just goes. Already the VR from factory is a little bit of a torquey engine. Slap on a turbo, man, and this thing just goes. And this thing boogies with 9.5 psi. Can you imagine 15, 20? Holy smokes. That gets everybody's attention. We have arrived at our destination. Let's take a little break and we'll be back shortly, guys.